Okay, I got both of you on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this before I introduce these two wonderful women. Um, in the early part of my career, I had the pleasure and the privilege of working with the People's Network, Bobby and Renee Peoples. I worked with them on projects such as Dexter Jackson's Guide to Dating, The Mind of a Woman, and a role I still get praise and flack for to this very day, Trevor, in the movie Fixation 2. So now Bobby and Renee have taken their talents over to the West Coast. They're in Nevada now, and they are filming the third incarnation of the Taboo series. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome two stars of this wonderful movie, Kay Brown
Hey.
and the one and only Soko. I just like your name so much. I'm just calling you Soko. It's just Soko. That's it. That is it. Ladies, how are y'all tonight?
I am so good.
Doing great. Thank you.
Good,
So
good,
excited to be here.
good. And the cool thing is this is like our first time ever meeting, virtually, however. So this is definitely gonna be a fun interview. Speaking to both of you. Kay, introduce yourself and let the people know exactly who you are and give us a little more about you.
Okay. Well, I'm Kay. I'm 29. I'm a writer. I'm a mother. I do closed captioning for the hearing impaired. That's my boring day job. I'm a producer. I'm getting my first production ready called The Junkie Warrior, who is going to also have Miss Soko as well. So yay, I'm so happy to see her beautiful face and get to talk to her. It's so amazing. Yeah, this is my first like podcast interview. I'm really excited. I got a lot going on with this production, and I just was told that my agent got me a audition, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm just continuing to write, and I'm continuing to follow my journey and my dream. Yeah, a lot of people that aren't in this field would tell you it's silly to do, you know. I don't know about for anyone else, but speaking for myself and my experience with people, they've told me, this is such a silly road to follow, especially during a pandemic and even before the pandemic. But yeah, I just keep on trucking on every day, even when I want to just sit down on the couch and eat chips and cry all day, which is very fun for me. But yeah, I just even those days, I still love doing what I do and meeting fabulous creators like yourself. So that's me.
All right, what an introduction, and it was perfect. It was spot on. Everything about it was just hit every
I
major
try to
point.
be honest.
And the crazy thing is, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. That's the best part about it. Okay, now, Soko, the floor is yours.
Wow. I am Soko, it's short for Socorro Jones, and I am currently on set with Taboo 3 and Bobby and Renee, the People's Network, the awesome, awesome team. And yeah, it's been a wonderful day. We are at our second location. I am a local and LA actress with an agent, formerly. And now that, I'm in Vegas. And so I spent most of my entertainment career as a showgirl, dancing in different shows and touring and performing. And so doing film now for I want to say at least the last 6 years, 6 to 7 years. And I mean, when Bobby and Renee moved to Vegas and started doing work here, it was like immediate, magnetic. They just good people, and it's a wonderful team to work. They work fast, and so it's exciting to be on this project. I'm looking forward to doing other projects with them. And I just started my own, not just started, but about 2 years ago, I started Jones Entertainment, where I also help actors, coach actors, and give back to my industry and my community. And I look into grants and funding also for my community for small businesses and stuff like that. So I try to give back to Black, if you will. And I'm very proud of that. And so, yeah, I'm out here.
Yay!
Amazing, amazing. Well, it is so
He's
good to
amazing.
meet both of you. It
Thank
really is.
you.
We've been texting and sending instant
You're
messages and
right.
all that other kind of stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is that we all have or are working with Bobby and Renee, and they are the common bond. And speaking as somebody from Georgia who just like when I was first getting my feet wet in the business,
Mm.
I'd always heard of them, but I never got a chance to work with them. And I remember auditioning for them for the first time and everything. It was actually pretty cool. And I was, when I did it, you know how you do an audition, you get a good feeling about it. I was like, yeah, I nailed
Yeah.
that. I nailed that. So I felt
You
pretty
know
good
what you
about it.
know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Kay, tell us about your auditioning process with Bobby and Renee.
Okay, well, actually, you know what? I didn't even audition for this part for Miss Walker. Yeah, it kind of felt like Mel Streep or Denzel when they just get a part without auditioning. I'm like, oh shit, like check me out. But, but yeah, I think the reason why they gave it to me because yeah, like we all have chemistry, and how I met Bobby and them was because I had wrote my own demo reel because I had just discovered acting. I was modeling before, but I realized that I fell in love with acting when I went to acting class. And I was like, okay, and everybody's like, you need some type of tape, some demo reel, some something, some footage. So I'm like, okay, how do I go about that? And I didn't want to do like the typical monologues that everyone, just grabs from something and just does it or something. So I wrote it, and then I don't know how I came across Bobby, but Bobby popped up, Mr. Bobby Peoples and his wife, and then we did that together. We did my demo reel, and then we did another thing, and then I found they was doing this, and I had just got fired from my day job, the job I was talking about where I do closed captioning. Yeah,
Mhm.
I just got fired from that shit, and I was like, okay, life sucks. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like should I continue to, you know, stay on this path or what? And then that's when Bobby he messaged me saying that he had a part for me, and I was like, what? So I was so excited. So yeah, I didn't even audition. Long story or long answer short, I didn't audition for it. So, but I'm happy, and I can't wait to get on set with them. They're so awesome.
Nice, nice, very nice. Now, Soko, you said that you were a showgirl.
Yes.
And after being a showgirl, what was the thing that inspired you to pursue acting, and what was the spark that really gave you the energy to, really go full fledged into it?
Oh man, I have always been a dancer, even before I was able to hit the stages. So I got my degree at, Be Out in Vegas, and I got it in dance. And so I always been like on a stage, whether it was modern, and I came from the East Coast, so it wasn't always showgirling, but musical theater too, which is dancing and acting, but it's stage acting, which is completely different than film acting. But that has always been a part of, and plus performance, especially being a showgirl, it's just you selling sensuality, but you still selling a character. You still selling a character in a show. And so I always love being a part of performing. I've had three dance companies myself, and now with an entertainment company. And so it was like, okay, how am I going to but I've also been in a lot of shows that have closed. And, so the film industry and acting industry, it definitely has like that same kind of instability. But I've been so used to being an independent contractor that it was like, okay, how am I going to keep my art in my life? And how am I going to move forward? Because I wanted to keep dancing, but dancing lens, you have to find your channel in dancing. And mine just like I always have been super extra. And I was like, how can I take what I am already and make money from that? And so, I started training because that was just important. So I spent about 3 years straight just going back and forth to LA just to train before I even walked into a film audition. Just because I'm a crafts person and I just believe in respecting your craft, whatever it is. And so I trained, and then, I started booking roles, and yeah, so that kind of turned me over. What really turned me over into knowing film was going to be it was when I was doing a musical, and I did a film. I started training with a specific coach, and he was like, the money is in film. Stage acting is great, but theater doesn't pay. film payment. And he was like, even if you book extra work, like some actors, they work based off just being extras. But
Right.
I started that, and then I still will do extra work, but I just wanted more than that. And so, my training has given me opportunities like this one and other ones. So that kind of turned it over for me though.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and everybody's story is different. But
Yeah.
we all love the art, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Now,
Yeah.
Kay, when you were talking, you said that you lost your job,
Right.
and I know you were also saying that well, from personal experience, I know a lot of times when you go through a traumatic experience, if you have art or something that you believe in, a lot of times it can also serve as, as therapy, and it can be
Right.
therapeutic to you.
Yes.
How has acting been therapeutic to you? Because I know you said you also have the Junkie Warrior that you're doing. Has creating the Junkie Warrior, and not only that, has acting itself been a form of therapy for you in spite of what you've gone through?
Yes, absolutely. I had wrote a previous script before, but I did nothing with it when I was working, because, when you work with someone else, it definitely consumes most of your time, and you don't really have the time or the energy or maybe even the finances to, really dedicate, yourself to your dream fully. So, of course, when I lost my job, during a pandemic, I'm a mother of an 8-year old. I almost lost my mind. I was depressed so long. I still am because I haven't found a job since. But and that's when, after I lost my job, that's when the Junkie Warrior was born. And I was like, maybe this is a blessing that I'm not employed, that I can have time to dedicate to a production, something that I've always wanted to do, and to dedicate time to acting and writing. And so I'm blessed that they fired me because I wasn't doing any of this before. So I'm like, thank you for firing me. Like, thank you very much. And I'm just happy that it just really takes your mind into another, I don't know, like for me, I feel like I'm entering another realm, I'm a very positive realm when I'm acting, when I'm talking to other creative people like yourselves. It's just a world that I love to be in, and it kind of just snaps you out of reality, which is sometimes what people need. So for acting for me, it was kind of like my savior, my sanity. And yeah, it kind of saved me in a way. So not to be dramatic, but that's the honest truth. So yay,
Yeah.
thank you. I love her. She's so cute. But yeah,
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hey, I appreciate honesty, no matter where it comes from. And it's just this form, this art form. It's a wonderful place to just really be honest and do that kind of thing. Now,
Yeah.
Soko, getting back to your dancing, um, have you ever envisioned yourself possibly doing a role of any kind that merged both of those worlds, the acting and the dancing? And if so, what would be your dream scenario where both of those things happen on film?
Oh my God, this is such an awesome question. Yes, absolutely. I have. My dream scenario is writing a film that um, has it just brings the history of Black dance and teaches our history through dance, but more
Ah,
of a film that goes back and forth between scenes and drama and incorporates dance through it because that's a lot of how I learned about my own history is through African dance and learning from actual professors that were African ambassadors and learning how to make color from the ground and just there's just a culture that's so rich. And so my dream role would be directing a film, like having a film where I'm playing a director in the film
hmm.
of a dance company, or something like that. And you know, oh man, I so many things pop in my head to this question. I can't, I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but that would be the film. My dream film would be to incorporate a way of teaching our history through dance on film, but not just dancing throughout the film. Incorporating really good scenes and really awesome actors that may or may not be dancers, but definitely having dance, giving you like that Avatar kind of feel, and but just more history incorporated in it. So absolutely, I thought, and plus being a showgirl, I am, I'm not to make myself seem like I'm 1,000 years old, but I am a part of history of Vegas now, because there aren't any shows here really anymore. So to have had those real experiences in a place that these things don't exist the way they did anymore, the stages, the casinos that were here when I moved here, I would love to do a film with the showgirls that I grew up with my adult life, and really teach what the backside of that looks like. So,
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That now, you never know what answer you're going to get from anybody. And that was a really in-depth answer. Like I'm thinking, well, you'd say something like, well, I like to play, a dance or something like that. But now you're saying, well, I want to be a director. I want this to be a film about a
Mm-hmm.
director. And it's like, wow, because something like that is kind of like, okay, you're peeling the layers off of a person. Like there's more to them than just being a director. That's an awesome answer. That's a really awesome
Yes.
answer. It really makes you think. Definitely does.
thank
Definitely
you.
makes absolutely, absolutely.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody keep your eyes open on both of them, on both of them, on both of them. And speaking of films and speaking of productions, Kay, you gotta let us in on the Junkie Warrior. Please enlighten us. The title
Okay.
alone has me thinking. So trust me.
Okay.
Tell me
Sure.
about the Junkie Warrior.
Cool. Okay, so the Junkie Warrior is about a what's it? It's a love story. It's kind of a tragic love story. And it's about two people who are addicts, heroin addicts, and one decides to join the military to try to better their lives, but that person couldn't handle the military and decides to go AWOL. And then when the person goes AWOL, he ends up getting involved in drugs again and getting involved with the wrong people. And yeah, I'm really excited. And the one that's playing the soldier, Jeray Reed, he is like a method actor. Like he's like, I'm gonna go and hang out with some heroin junkies and I'm gonna figure out what to do. And I'm like, wait, like let
Wow.
me just give you some movies to watch and some YouTube, maybe some books, But I'm like, hey, I love the energy. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's kind of like a tragedy love story. And I have a brother who's military. He didn't go AWOL, but I know a lot of military men who are really messed up from the war. And it kind of just makes sense on why someone would be a deserter, even though you're not supposed to because you took an honor. But I don't know. Everybody is different, and this person was trying to better his life, but his life ends up being really shitty. So, yeah, that's the movie. And it's gonna be a lot of drama and a lot of excitement. And I got people like Socorro. She's gonna be the news reporter.
I'm
So
gonna
because they
record
find a
it.
Yes, because they find a few bodies and she's gonna be the one
Oh
telling the
wow.
story about it. Oh yes, yes. It's more than just war and drugs. There's some bodies being found too. So,
Oh
so
man.
it's a lot, and yeah, and I hope to entertain people and I'm kind of a dark writer. I try to start off bright and happy, but I don't know, it always just ends up dark. So I'm like, I'm just gonna see where this takes us. And each and every one of my actors are showing me just so much excitement. It just makes me want to do this each and more and more. Like, so I'm excited. I can't wait till we start filming that. I can't wait to work with Bobby this Wednesday in the movie The Taboo. So that's exciting. Yeah, yay. That's it. Yay. I don't want to give too much without spoiling the movie, but yeah.
Understood. Totally understood. Totally understood.
Yay.
Now,
Yeah.
Soko, you mentioned earlier that you're from the East Coast. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yes. Good catch.
Man, hey, I had to because I'm originally from the East Coast as well. I'm from New Jersey. So
Oh wow.
Ah,
yeah,
I'm
Nice.
from Maryland. I'm from
Ah,
Baltimore.
I was
Okay,
just
all
born
right.
in Manhattan, so that's all I was. I was just born there.
Hey,
So shout
and,
out
and
to the
and look where
East.
we are.
Yay.
And look where we are. Yeah.
Right.
So Soko, coming from the East Coast to the West Coast, did you experience like some really weird culture shock?
Absolutely. I definitely when I well, honestly, it took me about 7 years, honestly, for me to soften my
Oh
East
wow.
Coast edges. Like being on the West has really shown me what, how East Coast I am, if you will. And so, on the East, we kind of say it like it is. We do it like it is. We speak, we cool or we not. We kind of for what's coming, you know what I mean? We lay it out or we don't. Um, in the West, it's different. It's a smoother, kind of softer vibe. And so I like it, but at the same time, I miss the East because when you say you're gonna do it, we kind of do it. And out
Yeah.
here, you kind of gotta move around and learn how to maneuver both. But there's an old saying. There go Bobby. He's at my window.
Look at
Director
Bobby.
is
I see
at my
Bobby.
window,
Bobby,
giving
you
me
know he want to
the
stick his
big
head in here.
hi,
What's up,
hello.
Bobby? What's going on, Bobby?
We so anyway, that's
See,
that like
that's the
so
problem
much.
with Bobby. I
With
got my own thing.
Bobby,
He want to direct that
that's
too. You see what I'm saying?
and so what I've learned though is that there's an old saying. It says live in New York, but move out before you get too hard. And live in LA, but move out before you get too soft. But they
Mm.
say, but you need to do both. So I think that the best thing that could have happened to me was that I started in the East because I have that foundation that teaches me to know where I am no matter where I am. And then it's nice that I have come to the West because they've taught me that everything don't always mean something. It doesn't have to be so hard and so rough, but they also
Right.
kept me with standards and formats and things that I don't want to lose. And so, it's been a wonderful journey, but it has been a journey because even the standard of, living and dance and everything is so different out here. You need it, but you have to be ready to be malleable and grow. So yeah, I had a heck of a shock but I leaned into it and I'm glad I did because now I can go. I went back to the East. I lost my little brother in 2012. So I moved back to the East Coast to be with my parents, and I was a professor of dance at Coppin State. And so it was a blessing to go back and be able to show them what they could do at a HBCU as a professor of dance and as a showgirl and stuff like that. So the shock is real, but then to go back and then shock them with what is possible was worth the shock that I had to experience.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. Now, a question for both of you, and whoever wants to answer first is more than welcome to. Um, with the
Go ahead,
pandemic
Soko.
happening, a lot of things slowed down. But at the same time, a lot of artists, no matter what you do, and no matter what art you engage in, a lot of them really found an opportunity to delve a little deeper into the creative aspects of art. So, how has this pandemic helped you creatively to create more things? You good, Kay? You good? You
All right.
good?
All
You
right.
good?
Um, okay. I will say, I'll say this. I have always enjoyed having time to myself.
Mhm.
Um, when the pandemic hit and we were pretty much forced to stay home, it made me so much more personally aware. And I loved it. Honestly, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but or maybe they did. I can't speak for other people. What I will say is for me, I found different creative ways to stay in touch with my people, whether that's outside or whether that's on Zoom, or whether that's meeting up because we now can test. That part I have really found out that sometimes I have to be graceful with my own depression. Sometimes I have to take time, and really sit with other people because they going through stuff. It made me hone in on what I wasn't honing in on. It made me really like focus on my business. It helped me to learn I don't want to work for somebody else. It taught me so much about what it is that I wasn't doing. Like, I would be saying I don't want to work for somebody else, but to really get in touch with what that means. And it just helped me take my life seriously. I've lost so many people during the pandemic. And that made me look at life different. I'm a breast cancer survivor myself. And so I was already looking at life different. But then, like, people started passing away and they were different ages and different places. And like, it was like, wait a minute. So it taught me that death is a part of life in a completely different way. But it made me realize and really get in on what I wanted to be in on. And acting was one of those things. Like, it made me start taking it seriously every day, as opposed to messing off any days. Like, just realizing that we get 1,000 minutes and focusing and following people that talk like I do or think more better than I do. Or, the pandemic really changed me. And I hate to say it, but I appreciate that it slowed me down and made me, it humanized me so much.
Wow, that was great. That was
Absolutely.
really mhm.
Okay.
That was really good. How am I gonna top that, Soko? Thanks.
Good
It
for
was
you,
beautiful.
beautiful.
um, I would say, yeah, the pandemic made me appreciate people more, a lot more. It made me really value each time that I spend with people, and when I'm, each face that I come across, I'm sorry, I appreciate it more and more. I too have lost people during the pandemic, and I've almost lost one of because when I'm not at my day job, or when I was, and when I'm not doing this, I would clean houses. That's what I did for 6 years at a janitorial company. And then I have thank you. Hey, yay, thank you. I did that for 6 years. But yeah, in Texas, and then a Hurricane Harvey happened, and then it kind of closed my doors, and that's when I decided to come to Nevada. I decided to take all the money I had. I didn't know anyone here. I didn't have any family here, and I just came here. And I have one customer, one customer for my janitorial business. Hey, but he's been with me for like 2 years, and he got coronavirus, and that almost killed him. And he's the him and his family are the kindest people. And I just, when I saw that, because he was very kind to me, and I don't know, it just really broke my heart seeing him almost die. And then when I see that there's people that don't don't really, not necessarily take the pandemic serious, that's kind of frightening, because it's like, I see that people are really can die from this, are dying from this, and it's like, and you should appreciate not only yourself, those around you, and be considerate, but just, be considerate of life itself, and that's what I've been doing since this pandemic. And then I started working from home at that job, and I love it. Like, some people, they don't like working from home, but I do. You see, see, that's, I love Soko. See, we see eye to eye. Like, yes, like, it's great. I mean, you get to be at home. Like I said, I'm a mom, so I can make her lunch from home and not worry about stuff. Like
Right.
a babysitter. Like, it's actually kind of helped me in a weird way. Like, so I don't know. I'm sad that we've been, are in a pandemic, and shows like what Soko was talking about, it kind of like killed, the beauty of Vegas and the history of Vegas, and it has, harmed a lot of people. But at the same time, we have to be happy and grateful that we're all talking to each other right now, and still trying to achieve our dreams, and just try to help other people out when we can. That's what I try to do.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Two great answers. See, I'm happy I didn't ask myself that question. Because I that tap out. I just tap out. Just tap out. Like, I'd ask myself that question like, nope, nope. It's just not gonna happen. Nope, sorry. Not happening. Sorry, not happening. So with the you got Taboo 3 on the
Yes.
horizon, and you actually Soko, you're filming. Kay, I'm guessing you either are filming or about to start filming. Don't
Yes,
tell too
I'm
much
about
because
to
I know.
start filming.
Okay, all
About to
right.
start filming for Bobby's production. I'll be filming soon for my production, and then I have a really great audition that my agent got me, so I'm hoping I'm gonna get that too. So just hopefully something happens.
That's
Yay!
what that's what's up. Soko, what does the future look like for you? The immediate future.
Well, it's this. It will be the Junkie Warrior. I have a voiceover project where I'm doing three voices
Oh
that I
wow.
am currently
Wow.
I'm doing a country voice, a Caribbean voice, and
Ooh.
a very loud Star Jones type of voice. So that voiceover project is gonna be dope. And then I do have an agent in LA that keeps me very busy. But on top of that, I do my own submissions and keep myself very busy. And so, for me, the immediate future is helping my clients book and booking myself. And then I am an inventor. So I'm currently working on licensing a product and
Wow.
grants and funding for my people. Honestly, there's a lot we don't know. We don't get the money because we don't know we can. And that's what
Right.
I'm here for. And I am like, it's urgent. I'm in urgent status. So my immediate is like, how am I going to get our information to us specifically? And, working on my business, helping. I want to help all the time and love myself too. I just want to keep a good balance. So that's what's up for me.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Because a lot of times we fall short when it comes to actually trying to do things, not from just lack of information, but from not knowing the avenues to travel to get the information.
Yeah.
And that's what stops a lot of us. And I think
Yes.
that's probably one of the good things about the pandemic for people who actually have lost their job. And I'm speaking from experience because I've lost and gained a job during the pandemic, and it made my entrepreneurial spirit even
Yes.
stronger. And
Yes.
like 2 weeks ago, I started an LLC. So
Come
that
on.
yeah, that's what's working for me. And the
Yes.
THESPIANWERX falls under that LLC's umbrella.
Yes.
So it's I understand exactly where you're coming from, ladies. It's
Holla
so
at me
good
for
to
grant.
meet you too. Oh, definitely, definitely. It's so good to meet you. So good to see you both doing big
Yay.
things. Definitely awesome to see y'all working with Bobby and Renee. Please let
Yay.
everybody know how they can follow you on social media.
I
Go
am
ahead, Soko.
at Soko Jones, and on most things are Socorro, Soccorro Jones, Jones on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everything. You can find me all over.
She's everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice. And you can find me as K Rock and Roll Brown on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram at KBrown91. And you can also take a look at the Junkie Warrior page on Facebook. I'm getting that together. So yeah, I'm just excited. I can't wait to meet this beautiful, amazing kindred spirit, Soko, one day. I can't wait to meet you.
It's
I'm
coming.
excited.
It's coming.
It's coming. And yeah, I'm just, man, this was really great. And I'm so grateful that you even wanted us a part of this. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Hey, it's been my pleasure having you two on here. Ladies and gentlemen, two of the stars of the upcoming film Taboo 3, Socorro Jones
Yay!
and Kay Brown. You know where to get in
Woohoo!
touch with them on social media. Keep your eyes out for this film. Keep your eyes out for these ladies, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera. They're doing big things, and
Yes.
I think they're both just scratching the surface. So please don't blink. Don't blink. They making big things happen. All right. I want to
Yes.
thank you, ladies, again for joining me here on THESPIANWERX. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure to interview them and to also bring this to you guys as well. And before I sign off, as always, I ask you to remember these three things. Life is short, death is certain, and be sure to love on the people God gives you, because one day He gonna want them back. All right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Peace and love, y'all.
Bye. Yay.
Good night,
Bye.
ladies.
Bye.